What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, June 14th, and a lot of things are going on with the news. If you guys have been catching anything, it has been interesting for sure. I'm actually excited because yesterday I had a new understanding. I came to like a conclusion of entering something on TradingView dealing with shark fins. I think we're going to come out with it for an indicator because otherwise you have to set up 56 alerts technically because it's one per pair, it's two per pair, and there's 28 pairs. Well, technically 58 if you count gold, but I think I'm going to come out with like a service for that where it's just going to identify shark fins for you essentially. It's actually really cool. Anytime the RSI presents a shark fin, it calls an alert to TradingView, and I can send that to Telegram, I can send it to Discord, and we can have that so that if we do an analysis and we're like, hey, we see Euro AUD going up, but it needs to stop, hunt low, look for a shark fin. Well, you can have that marked down as looking for buys. We're bullish on it. I need to see a shark fin. And if an alert comes in for a bullish shark fin on Euro AUD, you could take that buy. It goes in a line. There might be times where you might not want to do that right then and there, but ultimately it is going to be something pretty good. So I tested it last night, and I actually ended up catching USDJPY this morning. It called a shark fin right here. Right here. It called that shark fin. I bought it right here. Was in drawdown for like an hour, but during the FOMC news, it went straight up and never came close to my stop loss, which is right down here. It was a perfect like 1 to 2. And then there were some other pairs last night that played out. I was an NZD CAD. I ended up getting out early, and I missed this whole move. And this would have been like 2%. So it is what it is. It just shows me that I am right, at least to myself. I'm not 100% correct, but in certain trades that I'm looking at, I'm usually long-term correct. And that's why I like the higher time frames. They tell a story. It's just sometimes I get in too early and I enter in at a bad spot on the 4-hour or something, and it just consolidates, whatever. But it was correct. So very grateful in that regard. But let's get started with today. And there's a couple things setting up right now. There's 8:30. At 8:30, there's AUDNZD news. So I've been looking at this pair. And I'm going to go right into it because it's like literally the first one. So AUDNZD, there's something I'm going to be implementing with you guys, and it's called the 1-2-3 system or 1-2-3 method, where essentially number one is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll just explain it. Number one is peak formation, right? So identify peak, step one. Step two, identify a change of character, accomplished. So we got 1 and 2. And step 3, wait for a shark fin, aka stop on high, shark fin, drop. And it already called a shark fin on this pair. The only thing is that I don't really think, I think it was too soon. I was saying that it needs to go up a little bit more before it ends up doing exactly what I wanted to do. So we'll be looking out for that. Let me check. I go to the 15-minute. Oh, we can't see it here. I'll go to AUDNZD on here. AUDNZD here. That's the 4-hour. Go to the 15-minute. So it called it here. Called the shark fin down here, but it didn't resonate with me. I think it still has a little bit more room to go since it just broke recent structure here. So pull up high. The news might push it up and then wick, or it might push it up, form a big open gap, essentially an open imbalance in the candle, and then reverse. So those are the two things that I see happening. I'm just waiting until 8:30 to take control because I don't want to put it pending and lose it. I'm very particular in how I'm doing this right now. So, but I'm still looking for sells on this pair. So ultimately, you are going to be looking for sells on AUDNZD. That is the best pair. There's in 30 minutes there is news. So be careful. Don't just enter too early. And then, yeah, gonna go from there. Then we got Euro GBP. This one didn't actually play out all the way that I wanted to last night. This is a 2-day peak formation high. If we go to EG, as long as this goes away, EG, do I have it up? I do not. So, daily, still a downtrend. 4-hour, showing up like a W, didn't take out the recent low. So yesterday we said it would need to stop hunt high for it to continue the drop, and or it might straight drop down to the low. It dropped a little bit, then it ended up reversing during New York. Didn't really do anything else from there. I think this actually still has a potential to go down, but it still needs to stop hunt high. And right now this is the peak. So stop hunt high, might go up to this zone right here where the EMAs are. So we got imbalances. Well, not really imbalance, but this is a zone. It's a lot bigger than that actually, but about here. And then from there, we could look for the sell. But I still need to see some sort of shark fin going down to the bottom, right? Always look for that shark fin. And now let's go to US 30. Haven't looked at this pair in a while. Looks like a solid peak formation to me. Let's go here. Okay. Okay, so drop down, bull bear. It doesn't look like it's gonna stop. This is like when I see RSI do this, it's a straight drop. It's gonna push down a little bit farther. I think this thing's gonna go down to here tonight. Ultimately, push up high, retracement, right? Back to the zone and a shark fin down. So that was the 1 hour. Let's go to the 15-minute. Yeah. I think this is gonna go just like I drew up on the hour. It's gonna go up like that, into the zone right here, most likely, or an imbalance. Let me see if there's an imbalance. Fuck it. I'll just go in here. I don't want to look it up. 1 hour. There was an imbalance here, but it filled it. And then, yeah, filled it right here. So I think it still has a little bit of room though. We'll see how it plays out. But ultimately, we're still looking for sells. Just a little push up, and then we go from that to down. Now let's go to USDJPY. This doesn't even make sense to me. How is this even possible? Let me refresh this. Okay, it wasn't right. It just didn't load. I was about to say that doesn't make sense. Let's go to USDCHF. Do I have it up here? Nope. Okay. Peak formation high. This is gonna go up. Short term. This is clear as day. This is not a drop down. That is a continuation up. Let's see how far it wants to go from where it's at. Another 18 pips or so, maybe a little bit more to the zone right here. 20 pips. But it did break this low. Go to the 4 hour. It is divergent, but it doesn't mean it's going to just be a reversal. Got to be careful that if it's divergent like this, I need to see it shoot up. So I think there's going to be a continuation down. I think we want to see it shoot up for a stop hunt high, and then 15-minute alert comes in. We look for the sell. So let me actually write this down. I forgot to do all this on the board right here. Give me 1 second. We got buys and sells. So sells AN, and then sells UCHF. Mind you, there's a bunch of news that's coming out in the morning, so be careful. And then what was the other pair? Oh, sells US 30. U30. Wow. Drew that wrong. I don't really like Euro GBP right now. There's a lot of peak formations that are just really, really high up. Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, they already made the moves. EURCHF. That pair looks like it's going to keep going up. Let me go to cheap JPY. Yeah, this is actually one of the pairs I for a buy last night, I think. I tested it on the with the shark fin. Yeah. It was during London session, so I threw a shark fin here barely, and I took a fair buy to the recent high just to test it, and it worked out beautifully, and it kept going. So the peak formation high or low still stands. Wanted it to be a reversal, but the daily has no divergent. It does, but it's not outside of the volatility band, so there's no shark fin, meaning it's going to continue up. And the 4 hour looks like it wants to continue up too, but it just broke these highs. So just be careful, because usually when it comes to highs like this, it tends to do some sort of reversal pattern. So I would expect some sort of push up and then maybe an institutional candle that makes it drop. And then we see a big drop coming forward. But this is too soon. So I would say wait, because it's already at a high. Just leave this alone for now. And it's not hitting anything. It has to come back down, or you can just keep buying it if you want, but I still think it's late. I need a better entry for that, like a pullback down here. You could buy it up. So we'll wait on that. Gold, 4-day peak formation high. Oh, I drew all this stuff. When did I draw this stuff? Oh, it was consolidating out of it, and it's breaking lows. It broke some lows. This is good, because we've been wanting this to happen for a minute now. I already said it was going to be dropping for like the last week and a half, 2 weeks now. Yep, it's finishing that move. It's going to start going down now. Weekly, bouncing off of the catch up. It's going to go right down to the water here. So from here, 550, 529 pips. It's going to be a good trade, especially when it breaks out of this with the news. This thing is going to get ready to make some big moves. So I'd say look for sells for sure. Don't know if it's going to be a breakout here, but gold for sure is bearish. So we'll do gold for sells. And overall too, I mean, weekly and all that, I'll say drops. So that's what we're going to stick with. I want to see this, what this one's doing now. 20 minutes till news. Now let's go to USDJPY. This was the trade I took last night. 4-day peak formation low. Go to UJ. Yep, I caught this whole buy to right here, and it kept going, but it's all good. Let's see. It's breaking out, man. It's just like gold. Gold and UJ are completely inverse. So if gold's gonna drop, UJ is gonna go up. How far though? Definitely to that monthly high for sure. So we're gonna be remaining bullish on UJ for the next couple months, depending on how fast it gets up there. But for sure, definitely going up. I mean, look at the weekly. Look at that candle. Bullish. Pull back candle, rise up, king. Daily, do W on that catch up, 4 hour. It's been in consolidation, it's breaking out of this channel actually. So the breakout of the channel indicates the continuation. So this is good. This is very, very good. 1 hour showing straight up. This already moved, man. I think this may have been the move. 50 pips already? Jesus Christ. It's not even, yeah, I think this may have been the move. It happened during Asian session because it's an Asian session pair. But that's okay, because I think depending on how hard this pushes, like look how hard these are pushing. Every time. Look how hard it pushes, instantly reverses. Hard it pushes, reverses. Hard, reverses, or pushes down hard, reverses. Pushed up really hard, reverse. So like, this is just pushing up, and I think we're going to be able to catch a sell on UJ, even though it's a peak formation low. I think you can catch that New York reversal that is going to allow it to go. So I'm going to say UJ sell. It's overall bullish for sure, but it's definitely looking good for a sell. And if this is moving up now that fast, I wonder what gold's doing. Gold might do the same exact thing. Yeah, gold's tanking right now too. Something going on with the dollar. Because if gold's tanking, that means it is the dollar. Otherwise, JPY wouldn't be taking or rising. I'm sorry. So I would say let's wait for this to present a shark fin to the upside, and then we can look for sells on that. I'll put UJ sell, but I'm going to say careful because it's counter trend. UJ counter trend. Okay. Now let's go to CADCHF. CADCHF. For a peak formation, what? Peak formation low. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a peak formation. 4 hour. Yeah, this is actually one of the things that I wanted to see happen, right? It was going to be bouncing in between the EMAs. So it hit here, broke it. Either it's going to continue, which I don't think it is. I think it's going to continue down. Notice how the shark fin happened here on the 4 hour, and look what price did. Immediately reversed, right? I don't see that in here. Therefore, I feel like this is a pullback and this is a drop. We're going to see a drop on CADCHF tonight after it stop hunts high. And then when this drops again tonight, take this out, this will be the peak. This will become the peak. And it'll be a 2-day PFL or PFH, watch. So push up and we'll look for a sell. On top of that too, I mean, it's already at a high. But that sell, if it does drop, I didn't see this. For the 4 hour, this thing still wants to go up. Ultimately, right? It's hitting the highs. I think this thing still is going to continue upwards. I just think it needs to pull back to this water first in the daily. And if it does that, then we're gonna be golden. So I'd say we're looking for sells on CADCHF. And I'm gonna say careful counter trend. CADCHF. CT. AUD chief. Let's see. This thing needs to reverse. I don't like it. So this thing needs to reverse down before we do anything for a buy. So let's wait for that to be a buy. NZD chief. Same thing. Needs to be a better position buy. I think NZD chief. This is EUROCHF. It might just hold this channel, honestly. If I can put it here. Right. So if it breaks this channel, then we have a different, but until then, this is I don't know. I think we're gonna be still looking for buys, but it's not gonna be as clean as some of the other pairs tonight. So might hold off on that. But it's still bullish. I mean, daily time frame. Oh, it's hitting the daily water. So because it's hitting the daily water, we might see that pullback to the downside, which is fine. Weekly. Yep. Weekly's hitting the catch up, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. I'll just be careful. It's not the best setup right now. And then I'll do EUROCHF. I'll do a few more and then I'll stop. EUROCHF is 4 days ago, peak formation below. This one's solid. I'd say still look for buys. It didn't drop as low as I wanted it to. I actually had it dropping down to here. Which is still very possible. I think it dropping down to that zone will confirm a lot of things. So I would say stop hunt low, buy. So I'm going to be looking for buys on EUROCHF. I still like it for buys. EUROCHF, chief, ECF. Then we got Euro AUD, peak formation high. Peak formation high. Let's pick up a new one. Okay. Oh, damn. Peak formation high is about to be broken. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. This is just pulling back. It's making it's finally making a move back up to reach up to these zones. It's gonna go up here. Right there. From there to here, it's about 50 pips, 55 pips. So we are bullish. I would say, and it broke structure here. And I don't know why this is not a new peak yet, but tomorrow, if this rises again tonight, I promise you this will be a peak formation low. Promise. And it did break here. So in my eyes, this is a verified buy. I would just say because of how hard it's moving right now, Euro AUD, this might pull back because there's AUD news in 10 minutes. I don't know. I want to say EA is a buy. It might be too late for someone to capitalize on after this call because of how late it is, but it is what it is. I still think it's valid. I'm gonna do 2 more and then I'm gonna stop. I'll do EU because those are the base pairs. Everyone trades those pairs. Peak formation low. This is still gonna go up. That's still valid. It's not even divergent. The 4 hours not divergent. So yeah, looking for stop hunt lows and shark fins for the buys. So all the euro pairs are buys. So EUROCHF is a buy, Euro AUD is a buy, Euro USD is a buy. EU. Just need to wait for a shark fin to pop up. I can't wait for that alert to come out for it. And then I'll do GU, one of the big base pairs. So peak formation low 8 days ago. Peak formation low 8 days ago. Peak formation low. Yeah, this kind of got the same vibe as EU. I mean, mind you, the trend lines are a little bit more spread out here, right? Got a trend line here. But predominantly, I guess this one. All right, so it needs to come back down. It's not divergent on the 4 hour, not on the daily, not even on the 1 hour. So this is still valid for buys, guys. Just need to see stop hunt low because when it drops here, it needs a form of an M. So because it's Wednesday, I think it's going to drop here, shark fin back up, and it's going to break the high because it always does. And then we're going to see divergence going down this way and price going up that way, right? So we're going to see some solid setups. And if you take the buy, take it to the recent high because it will hit that. GU always throws divergence. That's how it makes its biggest moves is through divergence. So that's what I'm going to be going over tonight. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pairs that are looking at for bulls, buys and sells. I'll list them in the chat, in the public group, and in the nightly analysis. So yeah, see you guys back in the group. Thanks for hopping on, and see you tomorrow.